Hey guys, how is everyone doing today? I am having a bit of an off day, which is like, I feel like every time I record. So anyway, I am here to just chat with you all because chatting on here tends to make me feel better. I'm just feeling a little bit like I'm 2 steps behind everything. You guys know what that feels like. And I would like to not be feeling that way. The thing is, taking Ritalin is making me feel like I keep on getting glimpses into like the person that I could be. And the person that I could be is somebody who is very consistent with her habits and who makes herself proud fairly frequently, and who in so many different ways is able to measure up to her self-expectations and her value system, and is able to just be the person that she wants to be. And I get glimpses into that person all the time. But then it's like I can't actually be that person. So it's just like strange. Because when I don't take it, then it's like impossible to be that person. And when I do take it, it's like there are so many possibilities, but it still feels like I am falling just short or something. I don't know how to be the like perfect member of society that I've wanted to be forever. And having this like glimpse into a possibility of me being able to achieve that, with it still like sort of being out of reach, is like really frustrating for me. For example, there were all these habits that I was developing when I first started taking the medication, and it was working its strongest around eating lots of food that was really good for me very consistently, and eating very small quantities of it, and then like going to bed at a reasonable hour at night, and being the best friend and family member that I could be, where I wasn't letting like my emotions take the better of me in a situation, and I wasn't coming from a selfish place that was like very emotions driven. Like if somebody did made me angry, I would be able to recognize why it made me angry, but I would also be able to take that response that was just purely coming from a place of anger, which I think anger can be really selfish and just not just a space in which it's easy to act impulsively, to just being able to put that aside for the moment and being able to respond in situations the way that best aligns with my value system, which is to always uplift those around me and to really work toward that end. I think I mentioned in my other video that I was annoyed with my friend on Sunday, and on Saturday and Sunday, and I had a right to be annoyed by with this person. I still do, but I like let my interactions with them come from a place of anger. And I think ultimately I'm not playing a role where I could encourage them to make a decision that would be helpful toward those around them, because I think that ultimately me responding in a place that is coming from anger made it so that this person probably no longer would want to engage with me on the subject. And I know that because they said that to me. And so even if I don't agree with something that somebody is doing, ultimately my value system holds that I want to be a support person in that role. And I think that when I'm taking the Ritalin, I can put aside my own emotional responses a lot easier. But when I'm taking it, things oftentimes just come from that emotional place. And I'm not like a horrible person when I'm not taking Ritalin, but I am an inconsistent person and a more uneven person and a more unreliable person. And so it just makes me frustrated, because if there's an opportunity for me to put my best foot forward and I can see that opportunity, I want to do that. I want to do that every single time. And I just hate that the weekends, I just don't trust myself on the weekends. I just almost want to lock myself in a room and just not talk to people, because I'm worried about my responses coming from an emotional place. And you know what? And I'm also conflicted, because I think that it's okay for somebody to know that I'm angry with them if they're doing something that is inappropriate or angering. I think that's okay. But ultimately, I'm starting to see a lot of things as okay, what is the means to the end? If I want a certain response from somebody, what is the best way to get that response? And letting them know that I'm really mad at them is maybe not the best way to get the response that needs to happen in order for the people around me to be safe. Because in this particular instance, I think this person is acting in an unsafe way to somebody who I really care about. And so, in situations like that, it's really important to not let your emotions get the best of you, because you're trying to reason with people and you're trying to be somebody who they also see as reasonable, which I think can help somebody realize that their actions aren't appropriate in a certain situation. You know what I mean? And so, I'm just ruminating on that a little bit today, because I feel one, all of my good habits go out the window on the weekends, and so I just don't know what to do about that, because now I can reset it. I can eat healthy during the week and I can try to go to sleep on time during the week, but it's a lot harder because I was so thrown off base during the weekends, and I just need to figure out how to do it, how to do habit formation, because I don't want to just say, okay guys, I'm just a sporadic mess on the weekends, because I don't think having ADD, even if you're not taking Ritalin, doesn't mean that you need to be a sporadic mess. There are probably strategies, there are probably ways in which I can figure this out and it not be medication based. I think I've been annoyed that my psychiatrist didn't give me any other option for the weekends, and that I am just not taking anything on the weekends. But because that is my situation, I think I need to just come up with a plan. I need to just come up with a plan for the weekends. Maybe it's that I have to exercise on the weekends, because exercise is something that I know helps with that endorphin rush or whatnot. It just helps make it more likely that I'll be a better version of myself that day. So maybe it's that I feel I've been giving myself a lot of a break on the weekends with exercise, because I don't want to become obsessive about weight loss and exercise stuff, and because I have been in the past. But maybe I can kind of ease up on myself regarding food stuff on the weekends, but I still need to go to the gym. Maybe that's just a hard line that I have to draw. yeah, I don't know. It's just been an interesting process because I've also been realizing that certain things that are really triggering to me and that I can't deal with, typically, because there are certain bucket areas. One is sexual assault stuff, because I can still kind of unexpectedly get triggered. My history of being a survivor can be triggered in certain situations, but another is right now is a lot of the stuff around immigration, because I'm so entrenched in thinking about it for my job that last week I realized I was at an event at some point where I just felt like, oh my gosh, I can't be here. And usually I'm better at assessing ahead of time those things, but I think that because I'm taking the Ritalin during the week and I am so good at pushing aside my emotional responses to things just during the week, when something is becoming triggering, I think maybe I'm more risky about it. Like, I'm more likely to put myself in that situation because I keep on surprising myself in a good way at how much I'm able to handle. But I think I just haven't figured it out yet. And I know I need to be patient with myself and whatnot, but it's just weird having to like recalibrate everything after, for so many years, having a sense of who I am and how I function. But it wasn't working, so it's good that I'm taking this now. It's just, I don't know, it's a whole thing. So, anyway, thanks for letting me talk through that update with you all. That's really all I have to say today or right now or whatnot. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope that you are figuring things out and feeling like you're in control, because it's important to feel like you are in control of yourself and your life. So I completely understand how difficult that is for the majority of the time. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.